across the south coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 4 o'clock. I'm Yuvraj and welcome to Solent Sports News. Staying with the top story of the day, it's been a whirlwind week at the Southampton Football Club. Will Still was sacked last night after winning just 2 of his 13 league games, leaving the club 21st in the championship. The senior players want Saints ex-boss Russell Martin appointed, but the club for now have turned to under-21's boss Tonda Eckert as the interim manager. But could Eckert be the man to steady the ship permanently? Connor Wilstead is at the training ground for us this afternoon. Connor, what's the reaction been like to Still's departure?
Hi, so it's been very busy today. A lot of people having their opinions across different ideas. Not many people are that keen on Russell Martin coming in, although he is still the favourite to come in. I think getting the gauge of the fans' reactions, Michael Carrick seems to be their preferred option, having that championship experience. Also being an English manager as well, they're feeling a lot more confident with his new approach to the way football should be played and hoping that he will be able to be the one to come in and sort out their issues.
'Tis the season for the sacking, and this year Southampton will be trying to think about anything but the present as they announce the sacking of their manager, Will Still. And after a poor start to the season, Daily Mail's Luke Power wasn't shocked about the sacking.
Hard to get that winning sort of habit back. And in the summer, when you see like some of the players they sound like Finn Azaz, Tom Fellows, they've been two of the best players in the division in the past few seasons, and I think both were signed for more than £10 million. And obviously, naturally, when a team comes down from the Premier League, if you look at recent seasons, the teams that have gone up, you expect them to be right up the top. I'd say whoever came in, I think obviously immediately it's turning around results, getting a few wins together. But as we've seen in the Championship before, if a team gets on a run, you can easily push right up to the top two, maybe a little bit further away now. But I still think there's a chance they could get a good run together and push on for the playoffs.
Outside of game day, West Key is Southampton's hotspot. After you park, you come up the lift.
Please stand clear of the doors.
First floor.
Walk through the shopping centre and out to the high street. As you get to the high street, the rain is really coming down. People hiding in the shops to my left, such as Greggs and Sports Direct, and on to my right, the Primark and WH Smith. Right ahead of me though, even in the rain, people are still setting up the famous annual Christmas market in Southampton. And as this festive season begins, it seems like Southampton may be in for a visit from a ghost of their past, with Russell Martin becoming shock favourite to take back over the reins.
I think a lot of our problems are still affected in the club by the Russell Martin approach.
He took them down. Rangers got rid of him. They weren't stupid. They've got to get someone in with an experienced manager.
Yeah, sure, bring him back in, but like Will Still, don't expect much. This feels like with Southampton, it's like the opposite of the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's like them saying, if it's broke, don't fix it.
Not just the fans that were surprised by the idea that Russell Martin could be making a shock return. Southampton media team member Tom Holland also seemed quite shocked about the possible return of Russell Martin.
The news that Russell Martin might be a return is a bit of a surprise, I think, given the way that his exit from the club. I'm sure it would be welcomed by some of the players and staff, but personally, speaking away from the club, I think it would be quite a surprise if he returned, especially given the recency of his time at Rangers that didn't go quite so well as he would have hoped.
Despite their struggles, the Southampton fans still intend to support their team to the very end and hopefully get through this tough time, have a new manager to steady the ship. But no matter what happens, you can always be sure that from the moment the first whistle goes, they will proudly sing their famous song as the Saints go marching in.
Well, Connor is still with us. Connor, the big question remains, whom do you think will be appointed and who will we see this Wednesday?
Well, I think, unfortunately for most Southampton fans, it probably will be Russell Martin that is coming in. I think there'll be a deal expected to be made over the next couple of days. Especially, he's got the understanding of the club. He's been there. He got them promoted before. Yes, he got them relegated, but he's got that championship experience. So I think they're most likely to see him come in the next couple of days, hopefully.
Thank you, Connor. Thank you for the story. Southampton's boxing scene is on the rise. Packed gyms, young fighters pushing hard, and a community proud of its talent. Parashar went inside one of the city's busiest clubs to find out what's powering its growth.
Southampton's fight scene is alive, and tonight it's louder than ever. As you push open the doors for pound boxing club, The noise hits you first, the crack of leather on the pads and the echo of the bell and the raw energy of the crowd packed shoulder to shoulder around a tiny ring. The air is hot, loud, electric, and Southampton's boxing heartbeat is pounding at full speed. And in the middle of this noise, young fighters like Sahib Bajwa are shaping their own battles.
Originally, when I was 10, obviously I was overweight, I was fat, and my dad did a white collar fight charity. Then he went along, he told me to come along just so that I don't get bullied in school. So I just said, yeah, why not try it? Did it with my sister, but I just stuck to it, and now here I am.
For many boxers here, the sport isn't just a competition. It's survival, discipline and identity, and parents like Tanya see that transformation up close.
Well, it's a good discipline for him. His dad used to box and that was why he wanted to do it. He comes from a bit of a troubled home, keeping that control. If he gets upset, he can go on the punch bag. He can really let off some steam, but also to keep him out of trouble as well.
And behind every fighter, it's not just families, but coaches are the backbone of Southampton's boxing rise. At Inner City Boxing Club, Coach Ras sees the impact of local heroes.
Royce Nabani Smith is a very good ambassador for boxing as well as amateur boxing, because most of our boxers have watched him through the amateur ranks, and it's nice to follow him through the professional ranks as well. Well, it gives a chance for boxers to showcase their talent. Born and bred Southampton, I'm a Newtown boy, and I just want my people to thrive.
And across the city, the message is the same: the commitment, resilience and pride. Coach Brad Phillips from England Boxing Affiliated Club puts it bluntly.
You know, obviously everybody wants to be a winner. It's not just about us, it's about the whole club that you work with and the boxing fraternity as a whole, you know, and then be prepared to help others on their journey. That's what it's all about.
From young talents to seasoned coaches, from crowded gyms to community pride, Southampton's boxing culture isn't just growing, it's fighting its way into the future. For Solent Sports Radio, I'm Parash Rajabosla.
It's that time of the year again, the annual netball tournament where we see all the sports team come together to take part in playing netball, have fun and most importantly, raise money for a good cause. Tilly Foreman has the story.
It was a wet and miserable Wednesday, a day that is well known amongst university students for being the day of sports. However, for many of the Solent teams, this match day was different, as netball, football, rugby and even American football all came together to take part in a charity tournament. This is an annual event organised by Solent Netball, bringing sports teams together to raise and support different charities that are close to their hearts. This year's charity was Young Minds, a non-profit organisation supporting young adults and children's mental health. As university students, it is not uncommon to struggle with your mental well-being. As individuals, you move away from home, struggle with academic and financial pressures. Ruby is this year's fundraising step.
It's a lot of fun and a lot of sports really enjoy doing it, and I thought this year we'd do it a bit earlier just so that everyone gets to know each other a bit earlier on, and it's a really good way to raise money for charity. Obviously a lot of people at uni do struggle with mental health, and so we thought why not donate towards an important cause.
For many students, playing sport is a way for them to leave stress from any pressures and to socialise with others. This annual event brings returners and freshers together, helping everyone get to know each other whilst having fun. Netball is a sport that society labels as a feminine sport, however for Solent Rugby's Ewan, he thought they gave it their all.
The way the rugby lot came together for a sport that none of us play, and our teamwork was basically what won us the game. Link up play, it was a good laugh. I think just the way the rugby boys handled playing a completely new sport was quite admirable.
Students have been back at university for nearly 2 months now, with sports teams having held their trials, chosen their freshers and having competed in their first few games of the season. But for American football, they have been patiently waiting for their season to start. Apart from coming together to support an important cause, teams were able to use this tournament as another way of bonding outside the usual training sessions and weekly socials. Ben is a part of the Solent Redhawks.
I thought it would be a fun idea to get a team down. It's more of a bonding session for us. So have a fun day playing some netball. Never really played before, so it was a good time for us to just play together.
The creation of Solent Netball's annual tournament is a way to bring all sports societies together in a way that raises awareness and support for a number of charities. This year's one was particularly important as we all know of at least someone that struggles with mental health, whether that's our friends, family or strangers that we see on the street. So as we continue on about our day, let's make sure to check in with those we love and support each other as much as we can.
That's all from us for today. We'll be back next week from 11 a.m. Remember, you can keep up to date 24 hours a day on our website, which is solentsportsnews.com. From all of us here, goodbye.